Good evening. In America, divorce rate is incredibly high, and it's sad that it's becoming just a way of life. Above 50%. Does anyone know what is above 50%? No one knows. That is the divorce rate in America. 3 out of every 5 marriages in America are likely to end in a brutal divorce. Here is a quick overview of how we as Americans are doing with our marriages. Like this stat sheet I got here is provided by McKinley. Uh, if you look here, it says first marriages has a 41% chance of ending in divorce, and second marriages has a 60% chance, and third marriages has a 30% chance. My advice to you guys is not to leave your first marriage because you got a higher chance of getting divorced in your second and third marriage. Also here, he has a breakdown of age group and how we're doing. We got under 20 years old, the women has a 27.6% chance of looking for a divorce, and the men has 11.7% chance. And 20 to 24 years old, the women has 36.6%, and the men has 38.8%. 25 to 29 years old, 16.4% for women, and 22.3% for men. 30 to 34 years old, 8.5% for women, 11.6% for men. And 35 to 39 years old is the lowest rate, which is 5.1% for women and 6.5% for men. I'm guessing at that time you already going to get wiser and smarter not to get divorced. And in America, there is one divorce every 30 seconds. That is 6,646 divorces per day and 46,523 divorces per week. As someone who came from a country where there is no benefit from divorce, it was a awakening for me looking at the stats. Today I would like to show you how divorce is becoming just a regular decision for us Americans. I cannot just pinpoint one main reason to our approach towards a marriage, but I think I can name a few. There are poor parenting, lust of values, lack of pride, too much pride, mental weakness, too strong egos, poor guidance. The list goes on and on. These are just a few of the reasons I can pinpoint as to why we have such a high rate of divorce. I'd like to give a quick history on marriage and its value. The institution of marriage is dated back 4,359 years ago. The first recorded evidence of marriage ceremonies uniting one woman and one man dates from about 2,359 BC. As the Roman Catholic Church became a powerful institution in Europe, the blessing of a priest became a necessary step for marriage to be legally recognized. By the 8th century, marriage was widely accepted in the Catholic Church as a ceremony to bestow God's grace. That is when religion became involved. I am not going to get too much into this. Growing up in Haiti, family means everything. I was taught being able to put together a family and being the man in charge of that family was a blessing and responsibility that should be taken very serious. And as a father and husband, even the Bible says it. You are to that family what God is to the church. You do not ever turn your back on your family, no matter what. As wife and husband, you are part of something that is bigger than you. You should cherish that and make sure you do the best that you can to make it last. The majority of the time, marriage comes down to a divorce just because of selfishness. That is my own personal assumption. It may have been communication or other reasons, but I truly believe that when I get in that, the root of this poor communication and other reasons is selfishness. As a married couple, there will be time when you have to swallow your pride and for the sake of your marriage, and you must be able to do so. That's how I look at marriage. That's how I look at my marriage. I mean, I know plenty of times that I had to swallow my pride, and the same goes for my wife. And I think that's a sacrifice that we have to make to keep our marriage going. Divorce has become a more of a business decision in America, which is very sad. And we witness it every day that the movie actors, singers, all the Hollywood celebrities are getting divorced on almost a daily basis and making tons of money off of it. Which brings me to my next point. I think the day the government decided they were going to instill laws regarding child support, child custody, division of wealth, is the day that marriage lost its value. Nowadays you got people getting divorced just for the money, or getting married for just for the money. And I don't think that's what marriage should be based on. I think marriage should be based on two people that truly love each other and make the commitment to each other to spend the rest of their life together, no matter what. And that's not necessarily the case today. America's not ability to let religion take care of what religious and let the government take care of governmental issues is what killing us as a nation when it comes to marriage. I find it quite hilarious when a married couple is going through hard times. The first thing they worry about is calling a lawyer instead of looking for help from a counselor or a pastor. Marriage should be taken very serious. Like I said earlier, it should be treated as a life decision. Nowadays, most people spend more time thinking about their next car purchase than they do to their marriage. Like you see people that met each other for like a week and 2 weeks later, a month later, they got married. I know it's very typical in the military, and I believe that is another reason why we got a higher rate of divorce in the military. I think the fact the government make it so easy and beneficial for someone to get divorced and get married, for example, at the courthouse, decrease the value of marriage. Also, that is my own personal opinion. I mean, I'm not knocking the fact that you can get married at the courthouse, but I think it's so easy that people don't usually put a whole lot of thoughts into what they're doing because they can just walk into the courthouse and get married over a weekend and call it that, call it a day. Marriage to me, marriage should be a well thought out process. It should be a well thought out decision. Partners should feel very confident and be well educated on the decision they are making. They should make sure they know what marriage is and the consequences of being married. A lot of people will get married and never really see what's coming, and after they got married, they realize, oh, look, that was a bad decision. I don't think I'll be able to do that for the rest of my life, and that's when divorce comes into play. No one should be going through a marriage with the mindset, if this doesn't work, I'll just get a divorce. I think that is like the easiest way out. I'm not saying that divorcing should not be an option for married couple. I simply think it should not be a business decision. It should not be based on money or based on any other fact. Now I understand, like if you are being abused by your spouse, hey, get a divorce. I mean, if you guys try to work it out, and that's just the way he is, I think divorce is perfectly fine on that scenario. But other reason like lack of communication or any other reason should not be the sole purpose for somebody to get divorced. Divorce should be served as a last resort. I don't believe on people falling out of love sinning. I really don't believe on that. I don't think there's any part or I don't think there's such thing period. I don't think people fall out of love. I think you just lose focus and you should be able to you should try the best that you can to get that focus back. Uh, if you find yourself going apart from your partner, it's simply because you never loved them to begin with. That's how I see it. And that's the reason why I think before you get married, you should really think about the decision that you're making. You try to get your partner very well, and to the point where you are confident that that's the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. In conclusion, I hope everyone here who are single think wisely and hard about the decision that they make, and especially when it comes to getting married. And do not go into your marriage with the mindset if all fails, I'll just get a divorce. Divorce should not be an option. Those that are married, please put in your mind that your spouse is who you will be spending the rest of your life with, and make a decision to make it work, no matter how hard it gets, or a decision that may arise in the future. Also, let your spouse know that y'all are in this together. If you don't remember anything I said today, one thing I really want to make sure that you guys keep in mind is that marriage should be something that you take serious. It should not be. There should not be no other options other than, hey, I'm gonna make my marriage work. Whatever the situation is, whatever happened, over the course of your marriage, I don't think you should go run to a lawyer and think about, hey, how do I get divorced? You should sit down with your spouse and figure it out and make it work. I think that's the right thing to do in any situation. Like I said, unless you are being abused by your spouse. Thank you.
I felt it right here. I don't know about y'all. I felt it right here. Thank you.
You just said, I felt it right here. I don't care.